Advocate Stephen Badlander, who is representing the Helen Suzman Foundation HSF in the Pretoria High Court, has argued that the decision by South Africa's Home Affairs Minister Aaron Motsoaledi to terminate the Zimbabwean exemption permit ZEP was irrational and procedurally unfair. HSF is seeking a declaration that the minister's decision is unconstitutional, unlawful, and invalid, and that it be set aside, as well as a temporary order directing that, reported the SABC News. Badlander on Tuesday argued that Motsoaledi should reconsider the decision to terminate the ZEP following the proper process. He said, "As we argue in our heads and what follows, procedural rationality under the principle of legality required that ZEP holders and the public be afforded a hearing." The foundation also argued that the decision was taken without the minister considering the impact it will have on the lives of ZEP holders, their children, and the broader public. The inevitable effect of the minister's decision is that on 30 June 2023, tens of thousands of ZEP holders will be left undocumented. This is due to the legal and practical barriers to securing alternative visas and permits. My client does not suggest and does not ask this court to find that the minister may never terminate the ZEP program. That is not my client's case, and that is not the submission I make. But my client does say, and I do submit, that because any termination has such profound consequences, in order to be valid, it must firstly follow a fair and procedural rational consultation process. Secondly, be consistent with fundamental constitutional rights enshrined in our Constitution, and thirdly, be based on lawful, rational, and reasonable grounds. The application by the Helen Suzman Foundation has been opposed. Around 2008, thousands of Zimbabweans crossed the border into South Africa seeking better economic opportunities after the Zimbabwean economy had virtually collapsed. South Africa then introduced the Dispensation of Zimbabwean Permit (DZP) to legalize Zimbabweans living and working in the country in 2019. In 2014, the DZP was renamed to the Zimbabwe Special Permit (ZSP). The name changed again 3 years later to Zimbabwe Exemption Permit, or the ZEP. In September 2022, South Africa's Department of Home Affairs extended the permit, which was due to expire on December the 31st, 2022, for a further 6 months to June the 30th, 2023. South Africa allowed ZEP holders with critical skills to apply for visas to remain in the country. According to the Zimbabwean Exemption Permit Holders Association, ZEPHA, the number of permit holders is about 160,000, but each person has an average of 3 to 4 dependents. This means that close to 1 million Zimbabweans will be negatively affected by South Africa's decision to discontinue the ZEP scheme.